Tales that shock the world, offenses that leave more questions than answers, and tragedies that remind us of those dark realities we normally rather choose to turn a blind eye to. Welcome to Chronicles Revealed, where we uncover the mysteries, crimes, and stories the world can't afford to forget. If you believe in truth and justice, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a tale. Today, we unveil the gruesome case of Edwin Chiloba, a young activist whose flamboyant existence was heartlessly cut short in a crime that left the nation reeling. A crime of passion, a homophobic violence, something much darker. Edwin Chiloba was more than just a student. He was a hope, a voice for the voiceless, and a strength symbol for so many in Kenya's LGBTQ community. A fashion student at the University of Eldoret, he used his designs as a tool of self-expression, bold, colorful, and unapologetic. But in a country where difference is always likely to be met with hostility, Chiloba's activism and uniqueness of identity made him both icon and target. On January 3rd, 2023, the streets were deserted. None could ever have conceived the brutal crime that would soon be committed. It was with a close friend, Jackton Odhiambo, who lived in the same house as him and whom Edwin trusted, that Edwin was last seen that night. But there was by no means peace behind the shut doors of their house. Witnesses later overheard a brutal fight at Chiloba's house. The tensions escalated to such an extent, and the crime perpetrated was so brutal that it left the entire nation in shock. 3 days later, a metal box was discovered on the roadside. Edwin Chiloba's deceased body. His face was mutilated. His cause of death? Asphyxiation. But what actually pushed this to another level was, if this was a random attack, why was he so well hidden? If it was robbery, why was his stuff left behind? And why did key witnesses just fall silent? As fury swept across the country, the police moved fast. Investigations soon led to Jackton Odhiambo, his friend and roommate. Forensic evidence placed Odhiambo at the crime scene. Witnesses recalled Chiloba's last appearance with him. And in a terrifying twist, news emerged that Chiloba's body had been stored in their home for days before it was discarded. When the case was brought to court, the nation demanded justice. And finally, in a landmark verdict, Odhiambo was convicted and sentenced to 50 years imprisonment. But still, the question remains, was this really just a crime of passion, or was it something much more sinister involved? Even after eliminating a hate crime, there are numerous people who feel that Chiloba's status as an LGBTQ activist is what made him a target. Kenya, like most nations in Africa, has anti-gay laws. Silence, brutality, and discrimination tend to silence voices such as Chiloba's.
Tunaheshimu madini zetu zote. Hatuwezi kwenda barabara ati ya wanawake kuoa wanawake wenzao, ati na wanaume kuoa wanaume wenzao. Hiyo haiwezekani katika taifa letu la Kenya, jameni.
And when such tragedies occur, justice is hardly served. Edwin Chiloba's life is not only a crime story, it is also a reminder of the dangers of intolerance, the value of justice, and the power of voice. While his life was taken too soon, his voice and legacy endure. What's your take? Was this a personal vendetta gone wrong, or was Chiloba's killing part of a greater scheme? Sound off in the comments. If you believe such stories should be heard, subscribe to Chronicles Revealed and turn on notifications, because sometimes remembering is the only way to ensure history doesn't repeat itself. Until next time, stay curious, stay aware, and keep seeking the truth.